that indie game that suddenly everybody's talking about. I dropped the video at 11 this morning, and it started off pretty slow for the most part.
Relooted.
It's because why don't we just start with that and then do the Game Fest, because the Game Fest is going to take the whole. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, no. Skip Game Fest. Go right to the wholesome direct with the Smurf-colored hair people, because what could possibly go wrong there?
Yeah, this is going to be good. Let's do that. So, all right. So the Relooted game. So I dropped the video at 11 o'clock. I saw this yesterday, and I didn't say anything because I just thought like nobody would care, right? Because it's I don't know, man. I just looked at it like, oh, it's like a Dustborn Light, kind of like a fucking mobile game, running game, or something along those lines. And I was like, I'll talk about it. Nobody's going to care. And it'll just be whatever. And so I dropped the video at 11. And all of a sudden on Twitter at like 11:30, 12, I see people start fucking talking about this game.
Being the guy that started the whole thing.
I didn't say I was. I'm just saying I find it ironic. Everybody starts talking about this game. And then like literally by 3 o'clock, everybody's fucking quote tweeting Epic Games, laughing at them. Even Epic Mike's in there like with the meme, oh baby, what you doing? Like baby, what you doing? It is crazy. So if you guys don't know what Relooted is, if you didn't see my video or Smash's video, anybody else who made a video on it,
Atreus, I think Atreus covered it too, right?
No, not yet.
Atreus said he was going to. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I'll drop one. Probably Monday.
This is we're gonna have the trailer play really quick. It's right under 2 minutes long. We'll play the trailer and then we'll give our thoughts. And I genuinely want to hear everybody's perspective on this. Because
we got Camelot and Yellow Flash in the chat, by the way. What's up, guys?
Oh, shout out to Yellow Flash. What's up, bro? Welcome to the chat. This is a good one. This is a fucking funny one. And on top of that too, I'm going to show you guys a Steam forum.
Whoa. Before you play that, I just got to really say something important before you do that. Hey, yo, Camelot, hit me up, bro. I'm trying to get you on New Black Street. Real straight.
All right, nigga.
Griffin. Hey, I'm going to have to mute my mic when this plays because I don't know how I'm going to. No, I just got to mute it.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
You haven't seen this? Oh, man.
I think, you know what? I think to punish the chat, we should all just, mute our mics and just let the trailer.
No, we're playing this whole thing for this straight 2 minutes. Okay, nobody say anything, right. and then afterwards we can talk about it. So this is a trailer for an indie game called Relooted, which is, I believe, funded by Epic Games. I'm pretty sure, to some capacity. Not
necessarily, because it's also sponsored by Microsoft Xbox on their own channel as well. So I was trying to research. Okay. I have no idea who's funding this, but it sure as shit is not coming internally from this company. So anyway,
I figured it was Epic Games because usually when Epic Games retweets a game, they're normally heavily involved with it, to some capacity. So other than just
Microsoft
publishing,
is involved as well, of course. So
yeah, so this is interesting stuff. All right,
let's sure Wakanda funded this game.
I mean, at this point, I would rather have Wakanda, than this. But anyway. All right, be quiet. Here we go.
No.
What is fun about an abandoned warehouse, Trev?
That's right. You got nothing to prove, sis. No matter what they say.
Okay. What's this all about?
Treaties were signed. Promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
Stolen? Who's stealing then?
Us. It's time to get out of there.
Let me introduce a friend of mine. Smart, agile, and will let you look into places with the tightest security.
Could probably bench press every one of you.
The locksmith strikes again. Hold on.
Listen, are you having second thoughts?
Nope. Just hoping you won't get me killed.
Yeah.
I know what you and your little crew are doing.
Nobody threatens my family or my friends and gets away with it. So we are going to do whatever it takes to take back Africa's belongings, and we're going to do it together.
pain.
So let me kick it off with, do you know the background of this company?
They're South African.
Let's skip that. Let's skip that for right now. Hold on. Let's just.
I feel like it's important though.
No, I want to focus on the game itself right now, and then we can talk about what could have caused what we just saw on screen. So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
Can I go first? Because on the surface, go ahead. When it starts out, you're thinking, oh, well, this, like you said, is probably just like some, running gun. What's that game that I like to play? I think
Mirror's
it's called Speedrunners. It's like the side scroll where you're running around. It's like, okay, that might look okay. I was getting kind of like Tales of Kinjira Zhao vibes a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is, you're doing what you're doing. We got a little black story. Okay, cool. And then it switches to we be robbing. And then you got the bad African accents, even though this company's from South Africa.
I think I was gonna say that as well. I don't like that they all have bad accents.
Bad
like not a single one of them had any kind of like serious inflection behind their voice. It was very bad. Everybody had. It was all like they all sound like they were British or trying to be British. Like, what are y'all doing?
It's the forced Wakandan accent that
it is, the Wakanda accent. That's exactly
every super totally organically diverse video game.
I would prefer
Muhammad Reason has that.
I would prefer the Wakandan accent, which I call the Kwame accent, since I heard it in Captain Planet's first.
That's crazy.
I will say that let me try to give it some credit. Let me see.
No.
The only credit that I could give this game is
I wonder if it's gonna be the same thing I was gonna give it credit for.
At least this is original, and it's not taking off of something else. Like imagine this was Tomb Raider, but instead of her raiding tombs, she's taking everything out of museums to put them back in the tombs. That would be fucking stupid. But I would give it that credit that at least it's original. However, who the fuck is this game made for, dog? Because I don't even know who would want to play.
I can tell you who it's made for. The people who played Dustborn.
So it's made for like 12
people.
Yes.
Yeah, made for like 12 people.
Like,
what about you?
This game wants to pretend it's for black people, but really it's for white women on Twitch with white.
No. It's for those rejected black people that like. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about those rejected black people that are just like weird and don't fit in. Because you can call me a coon all day long, but nigga, you can't. I'm black as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Taylor's black as shit. We all participate, but there's a lot of black people that just like. They're not black even in the slightest. And I take Kim Belair. She's one of those motherfuckers like that. Like these are the people that go around with the nose piercings and they talk about LGBTQ. Like don't no real black people talk about that shit like that. Like nobody in the community is talking about that shit. And so you get that's why Sweet Baby Inc is such a cancer, because it's like I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe we won't get into it. The Wu-Tang stuff. Like, why do we have weirdo black people telling actual black people how they should be black in the game? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Don't make me upset again, dude. I was just getting over it.
But
it's the black people that live in white communities that tell other black people how to live.
Exactly.
Kata, I'm looking forward to your video on this in particular. I hope you do cover this.
You hear that, right, Freya?
I want to Kata win.
Yeah, I'm hearing it loud and clear.
And you wonder why Kata's click-through rate is higher and everything, right? It's because that one fucking Smash JT click.
Like, this is such a touchy subject because like my best friend is Egyptian, and there's a discussion of there's a discussion of like how a lot of Egyptian like artifacts have been stolen, and you see them in like English museums and stuff like that. Like, it's a very touchy subject, and I just don't like I feel like a lot of entertainment that caters towards people who happen to be who are black. Like, I feel like a lot of it is just to keep them permanently fucking miserable. Like, like what the fuck? Like, can we have like a story that caters to people who are black, that isn't made specifically to make them feel like a victim, or that they're just in a shit position at all times? Like, it's just a weird fucking perspective to have all the time, where you just have to always be like like I have been done wrong, so I want revenge for being done wrong. It's like
this game exemplifies specifically why I hate Killmonger.
Speaking of Killmonger haircuts, from what I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations! They did the bare minimum.
Granted, the black kid had the Miles Morales haircut, but who's counting, right? Who's counting?
I think
what I was going to say was that I'll give them credit for the originality of it, but also they didn't use hip hop music. I'll give them credit for that.
That is true too.
Okay, that's another point.
They did hit the shit out of them bongos. I'll give
but
them
that's what I was gonna say. Is it really like giving them credit because they didn't use hip hop music? Because at the end of the day, they wanted to go ultra tribal with it. Like, come on, they're trying to summon like Shakulu or something, whatever.
The Black Panther movie even used hip hop. So
that's because it's a movie that's trying to actually make its money, you know.
Well, the irony is the people that make these games try to avoid stereotypes, but then they fall into the trap of
every single trap.
Every trap, because it's like, well, you have to go with something. You can't just avoid everything. So whatever you go with, it turns into a stereotype. And they're like, no, it's okay because we're doing it though. That's why it's not a stereotype.
Yo, that's crazy.
No, you laugh, but that's how it is. That's how it is.
So can we talk about the stereotypes then? So the game is getting a lot of shit right now. I'm telling you, bro, this thing started off so slow and now it's like a wildfire on Twitter.
Oh, dude, it was like at like 11 o'clock. That tweet had like I don't know, like 25,000 views on it. You know, I quote tweeted it, I replied. And then like an hour later,
I don't think it had that much, bro.
It didn't have that much. And then like an hour, you see Grums. Everybody's like on it. It's like, oh shit, oh you're done for, dude.
Well, so here I'm gonna show you. Wait, hold on. I got something funny. So when I did my video this morning, actually, better yet, when I did my video last night that released this morning, there was only, I'm not kidding, 5 forum threads on their discussion page, 3 of which were locked down. Okay. Now, if we go to their discussion page after a whole day of viral sensation.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Wow. Holy
like literally insane what is going on right now, bro.
Can we also reloot a KFC in game? All right, dude.
Now I want you to keep something in mind really quick too. So when I did my video this morning, I noticed that one particular developer, I forgot his name, was responding to pretty much everything and locking down whatever he didn't like or she didn't like. I think it was a guy, whatever he didn't like. And you could do that when you're only getting 5 posts in, a couple of days. Now that it's like this, magically, there is no locking down in mass happening right now because I'm sure this person is overwhelmed.
Yep.
The social media manager is probably like, what the fuck is going on? But this is what happens when, the domino effect, multiple people cover it, more people find out about the game before you know it. It just goes crazy. To have 34 topics when not even 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago, there was 5. It's going to keep going higher and higher and higher. So in any case, Leon, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say the interesting part about all the discourse on X has been who is talking about it and what they're saying, because I bookmarked so many tabs on this for my video or live stream coverage or whatever I'm going to do with this. All the people bitching about this game, or at least all the ones that have been on my timeline, have been fucking black. And all the people saying, oh my God, these fucking anti-woke chuds have been apologist-ass white people.
Yep. Really quick, this one got me. So it said I'm excited. So I was like, who's the person faking excitement for this? Is there really someone excited, bro? This shit's crazy. He said, first off, the guy's name is Riri. That was number one.
Let's go.
And he said, I'm excited, but I'm too nervous to ask my wife for it. Her boyfriend Jamal and her have been saving for a trip. They might get mad at me and take my gaming privileges away if I ask. Unless, do you think if I took a knee and praised St. George Floyd in front of Jamal and kissed his feet that I'd get the game? I need this really bad. I've never seen a game so beautiful. It's stunning and brave. I need your help to get this game. What should I do? This shit is insane, bro.
That's crazy, dog.
I literally clicked this expecting somebody to genuinely try to defend this game.
Hold on, dude.
That profile picture got me.
Bro, it's the Riri, bro. And
Look at the paw waving. What the fuck?
It's the Riri that gets me fucking dying, bro. I can't. This shit is hilarious.
How do you even do that with the waving paw and like the comment?
Oh my god, Boomer JT, move on, man.
This is great. I love this shit. Oh my god, dude. Steam. This is why Steam is undefeated. All right. This is why they will continue to be undefeated. But in any case, so no, seriously. So let's talk about the stereotypes, right? So the concept. So before the Steam forums exploded, and I'll check to see if the locked threads are still there. In the meantime, or if anybody can look for me while we're. Oh, there is. Okay, there is. So let me click this. So this locked thread here, I went over in my video. This person seemed like they were genuinely concerned. Okay, it didn't seem like a troll, or probably was really good one. Who knows? But in any case, developer responded after about 4 or 5 replies right here. Oh, this is the guy, Ben Jamming, right? So people were bringing up the fact of the optics, right? The optics of this game are interesting considering, who's making the game and the ideologies of the people who's making the game. So you have an entire game about black people stealing, and you're expecting people not to call out the optics.
Well, it's ethical stealing, Hypno.
Right, but that's how they think. Right,
exactly.
The rest of the world is like, bro, it's black people stealing.
Exactly.
So this person said, sorry, you and your partner feel the game concept is not for you. The development team is pretty diverse and made up of people born, raised, and living in Africa. So I think it's a stretch to call it offensive, but sorry you feel that way. You're welcome to. This is Ready Dead on Arrival. You're welcome to read more of the store
just
page
like the white farmers in South Africa.
Future press, and play the game when it comes out to see if it's indeed in poor taste or offensive. So basically, you could give me money and find out for yourself. Interesting. But I think that if you consume that content in good faith, I think that reading is hard to do. The team has taken great lengths to consider the framing and general story of the game. So to reduce it down to the main idea for the game as proof of concept is African/black people stealing things is a little absurd. And I'm not convinced that it's in good faith. So I'll be locking this thread. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking the developers did this to be? I mean, I don't think they did it to be racist, because I think Smash is right. I think they view it as this is ethical stealing, which
this is the African Robin Hood right here.
Yeah, they believe this. Like, they think that this is the right thing in the game. Like, they don't see an issue with it. So that's why I take this whole statement as you already have your mind made up about what you wanted to do with the game. So anybody give you feedback otherwise, you're just gonna do what he just did right here. Well, I don't think this is good faith, so I'm gonna lock the thread. You're gonna ignore it because everybody is giving you genuine feedback. If everyone, and I mean fucking everyone, saw the trailer and said, "Oh, you made a game about black dudes stealing from museums," that is what your fucking game is, because that's what everybody sees. So stop trying to pretend like it's something else. Like, oh no, we were trying to make sure that we were, considerate about the optics. No, the fuck you weren't, because anybody with a room temperature IQ can look at this trailer and go, "You made a game about niggas stealing things."
Actually,
that's literally what it is.
If you look at the breakdown response in this thread, this is another locked thread. This is when they had control. Now they lost control. The title refers to how because the person asked, he said, "My goodness, developers, that's a fiery but mostly peaceful title for a game. I wonder what kind of reactions you're looking for during the marketing phase. I know you'll get what you're expecting in droves in 2025. Good luck, sincerely, Popcorn Consumer." He says, the title refers to how the museums in the game are essentially looting the artifacts again, but not sticking to the law of the treaty signed in the game world. Not sure what else you're alluding to, but that's what the title means. Yeah, I'm sure you don't know what people are alluding to. I'm sure.
What could you possibly mean?
Also, somebody else in that thread, this guy responded to there was 4 comments, bro. 4 comments, and he locked 3 comments, and he locked this shit down. He responded to all 3 comments and locked the thread down. This comment says, "It's quite telling when a developer has a Blue Sky account but not a Twitter. They said, hey, this was an oversight. Updated the store page with the Twitter link. We've had a Twitter for a long time." Bullshit, bro.
Bullshit. Yep. Oversight.
They might have had a Twitter for a long time, but they damn sure didn't want to drive traffic to their Twitter. They wanted to drive it to their blue sky.
Ain't nobody putting blue sky on your page and not X when you've got when clearly the reach is vastly different between the two. That's
big time.
And that also discredits his statement. Oh, we don't know what else you're alluding to.
Right,
right. Do.
Yeah. This is
a blue sky.
Because this person, I don't even realize how accurate they probably. I don't think they realize how accurate they are. Looking forward to the double-digit peak player count. This person,
this will get triple digit because the
all the free
reach.
Codes.
Yeah, the reach. Just the virality of the situation. People are going to just be.
Oh, people are going to be. See, I am. You know what? I wasn't going to. I'm playing this fucking game when it comes out. I'm doing it.
Kata, if you ain't wearing a dashiki while playing it, you fucked up.
I have.
You better go full
you joke.
on
I got one in the closet.
I know you have one. That's why I'm saying it, dude. Break that bitch out when you stream this.
Dashikis are fire though. Like
they are. I got one.
What the hell's a dashiki? Is that like?
Oh my god!
It's what Nancy Pelosi wore when she took a knee for black people.
Wait, is that like the Chiquita banana thing with the bananas in there?
All you need is a bunch of squares in different colors, and you have a dashiki. Wow. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
What the fuck is a dashiki?
Gotcha.
So this person then says, "Sorry, the game is not for you. Thanks for taking the time to come into the Steam community and make a post anyway, though." And then last but not least says the artifacts in the game are from Africa, so it makes sense that the heist crew who are African are black. No.
Okay,
guys,
no,
there are no white people in Africa.
Is fucking diverse. Africa has white people. Egyptians aren't fucking black by and large. Like, also, does it not bother anybody else that they keep saying Africa this, Africa that? Africa's a fucking continent. Like Swahili, has different gods and pantheons and artifacts than like Uganda, then Democratic Republic of Congo, then South Africa. Like, why are we talking about Africa like it's just one fucking thing?
Because white people in America take the word Africa and immediately apply black people to it.
White liberal women.
That was literally going to be my, I can't wait to make this fucking video because Leon hit it on the head because they're so fucking stupid. Like when everybody says Africa, they just want to blanket the whole continent, a continent of 51 countries
of
as
the National
one,
Geographic
like just one piece of people. Whereas, like, the people in West Africa are completely different than the people of East Africa. And Northern Africa is mostly, like, they're Egyptian-looking or Arabic-looking motherfuckers. Like, I fucking hate this, dude. I really do.
But as long as you realize there are no white people in Africa.
Yeah, it's not like there's an entire country full of them. Yeah,
no, we don't talk about that.
Andy from Hold My DualShock what color he is. I've been streaming with him all the time, and he's South African. I've been looking at a white dude, but I guess I'm just fucking retarded.
Yeah,
remember, according to this developer that apparently works with other Africans, it makes sense that if it's in Africa,
hold on, I'm gonna get it.
Black,
I'm gonna
right?
get
I'm just like, I want to drive that home because this person is speaking from a place of like such superiority. You can feel the sarcasm and the fucking like. It's like, bro, you really want to go there?
Yeah,
do you really seriously want to make that a thing?
People that parade diversity around everywhere where you need a diverse cast of characters, but when it comes to Africa, it's like, nope, Africa, black.
Immediately,
also,
and then you're wrong if you think otherwise.
Heritage that was taken from them. Tell me when a lot of these fucking artifacts and whatnot were being taken in 1932 and put in museums for preservation. Tell me how many world-renowned museums of African artifacts were in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Name one. Give me the Smithsonian of Egypt. Like. There's a reason that the Europeans, usually the UK, took this shit and actually, kept it nice and preserved. Like, look at all this fucking history. You can call it theft or whatever it may be, but again, name one fucking African museum in the 30s.
Smash, isn't your friend fucking South African?
Akalon is Cape Town. He's Cape Town. Yep.
Yeah, he's South African. Right?
You can't get whiter than him.
Yeah, he ain't black for shit.
Yeah.
The
Hold
fuck?
on. I have the picture of the dev team.
And again, closing this thread is I'm not sure there's a good faith conversation from some of the commenters. 3 comments, bro. 3 comments and you're walking it down.
I'm telling you, this dev is so overwhelmed right now. It's not even funny.
Well,
they know what time it is, bro.
Oh, after that, right? After that, nothing has been locked, bro. And this is the second page. Wait, is this locked?
No, maybe they're in Africa and it's nighttime for them. He's sleeping.
True.
Yeah, so you're gonna wake up to a shitstorm. That's okay.
What the fuck is waking up to this?
That's a dev team.
Can you like open the image in a new tab and then?
I tried. I tried to like.
All right, send it to me. I'll do it myself.
On the website,
they
they have
this picture. God damn it,
go to their website, but it's in the background, so it's like their logo is in front of it, so it's hard.
Yeah, that's from their Instagram.
No, but I'm saying that same photo is on their website in the background when you go to their website.
Ah.
Oh, that's interesting. You can't do it. Why can't you fucking do it?
Because Instagram's API is fucked up like that.
Instagram that fucking gay?
Well, Instagram wants you to use your phone. So like the online version of it is really shitty.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
but
really
half
gay.
their team is white.
Well, hold on. I have a means of doing this. Give me a second. Yeah, half their team is white. That's hilarious, bro. You got a Leon looking motherfucker on that team. Look at that. Hold on, wait.
Wow.
Wait, no, that is Leon. What the hell?
That is Leon.
I'm not kidding. Hold on, wait. I got an idea. Give me 1 second. Perfect. All right, this should work. This should work.
A confession to make.
Yeah, let me surprise.
Oh my god.
Crazy dog.
Leon looks like the fucking mega dork. Like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm here.
Oh my god, look at this team, dude.
Leon.
Dude, this is so crazy to me. Like, this happens every single time.
Bro,
it's always.
Hold on. Wait. Is that DSP next to Leon?
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
You know?
That's crazy.
That's insane, bro.
And then all the black dudes just look like they look soft as fuck, bro. They honestly just look like the softest bitches I've ever seen.
Fabio. It's crazy.
I'm trying to find out that one in the middle next to the bald dude is like a man, a woman, like a woman 2.0. I can't quite tell.
This one?
No, below.
No, down.
On the couch.
Below.
On the couch. Yeah, that one.
Oh my god. No,
Just
just making the most feminine pose possible.
That's definitely a dude. Look at the arm hair. Look at the forearm muscle, bro.
It's
that looks like my forearms, bro.
Or is it definitely 2.0 kind of dude? Because look at the way it's sitting.
Look at the forearms, bro. There's no way that is insane.
I know it's not a biological woman. What I'm saying is this a dude or is this a dude pretending to be a woman badly?
Oh, it's probably just a gay dude, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd wager dude, just regular.
Yeah, because that's kind of a man shirt. Even though, it's a gay man shirt, it's still a man shirt.
Yeah, but then you look at those homo-ass shoes and the way it's sitting and that Karen-ass haircut, like, it's enough to make you question.
I mean, he is South African, so, I mean...
Well, now I understand why the characters in the game are so bitch made. Oh, man, that's crazy, bro. Like,
I got a pretty obvious question to ask here. How would you feel being a white dude working on this team creating characters that are black stealing shit?
I'm just saying, bro.
Honestly, bro, if you want to make a game where like you're not playing as good guys, like I fucks with that. I actually miss that type of shit. I miss crime thriller video games so fucking much. It's probably
but they're trying to make them out to be the heroes and like
but at the same like my issue mainly like if you want to make like people like games that where you're doing some like something that you can justify something immoral, fine, but like dude, I grew up watching shit like fucking Juice, New Jack City, fucking like Menace to Society. Like I grew up watching shit where the motherfuckers was cool. Colors, like come on, dog. Like make characters that actually look like they about that shit. Like they're all pussy looking motherfuckers that I don't want to play.
Actually, answer his question. Like,
but before you do it, Francis, Hypno, real quick. That fat bitch on the far left. Put Arrow and put Whoopi.
I was gonna say she looks like Whoopi. Holy shit!
Go on, Atreus.
I was gonna say that though. That's crazy.
She's prettier than Whoopi.
Whoopi Cushion.
Atreus?
That's crazy, Cassie. Don't you ever in your life again.
Atreus, you there?
I'm here, nigga. I'm here.
Go. What's your answer?
What was your question again?
Fuck if I know. You said you got an answer for my question. I was like, what the hell is my question? I don't remember.
Oh, you said how would you feel as a white dude working in this environment?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Scared.
No, you'd be in heaven because the plot twist is these are the motherfuckers that's on Twitter under every like negative Negro post saying, "Yeah, look at these animals." They know it because they're over there working. They're over there working on the game, making the animals that they talk about on Twitter.
I guess they feel like it's okay because they get constant validation surrounding themselves with, I don't know, their version of diversity or whatever. You know, they got the okay from the black people that are in the studio, so they can make it as stereotypical as they want to.
They got the N-word pass or whatever they call it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Beautiful, man.
He means Nigerian. He means Nigerian.
Yeah. What else would it mean?
Trying to see if I spot anyone else that I can recognize. I can't realize. I was thinking maybe this guy's Epic Mike, but he don't have a fro.
Right.
No,
He's got the shit locks. So trying to think who else. I think that's it. Everybody else. Oh, wait. I found the actual developer there.
There he is.
The guy who does the work.
Wait, that fucking Twink's the one locking the shit down?
What?
Or are you making a joke and I'm retarded?
He's making a joke. You're retarded.
You're retarded. Yeah.
Like, he's the one in the middle there. He's the one that was locking down those threads. He was the head dev. Okay.
No, so I think at this point, this game, now that everybody's talking about it, you can clearly see maybe they are sleeping, maybe, but at this point, I think it's safe to say that we're only seeing the beginnings of the public reception for this. And it's just funny, man, because I was saying in my video that as a game itself, it just looks really mid. Like, it's not, I don't think it looks bad for what the game's trying to be, like a simple stupid fucking runner game. I don't really think it looks
a million of them. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I don't think it looks bad. It looks like everything you would see on a typical mobile, like, whatever. It's I don't want to call it bad because, again, for its genre, I think it's fine. Whatever. This is very mid. But it honestly looked like Tales of Kurzura'Zao for a second.
Yep.
Graphically, it looks almost identical to that game, by the way. Which I find really ironic, but that's neither here nor there. Ultimately, I think that this particular game was never going to be a game that was going to be majorly successful, and whether the backlash, was minor or rampant, really is not going to affect the numbers for this game because the numbers were never going to be something anyway. I think what this is just continuing the overall talking point of like, why is it that when we get original black stories, and this is an original black story game, whatever you want to call it, why is it that when we get that, it's always riddled in terrible fucking stereotypes? That it seems like original black stories are incapable of escaping those stereotypes, right? Where everybody has to dress ultra fucking African. I'm not even talking like normal, like you would think these people were actually from some tribe in fucking Africa. That's how they dress, but they're actually just regular, adults in some privileged society. Not only that, the terrible fucking accents. Everybody sounds like they're from Wakanda. Everybody. When you play every game that has an original black story in it, it is always sounding like it's Wakanda. Never anything else. And I don't know why is that.
Well, did anybody here see that show American Gods back in the day?
Yep.
Are you going to answer his question?
No.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking. I'm going to answer that with that question. It's a lead in. So American Gods was a show where all the different pantheons of gods and shit like that were real, and they had this African, this Swahili god. He was played by some like famous black actor. I don't remember his name, and like they did him right. He was a fucking great character. He just spoke like an eloquent, godly figure, and he would like appear on slave ships and like inspire slave riots and shit like that. And it was like that was how you do this shit right. And that's the last time I can think of a true blue black character being done without this Wakanda shit.
I'm honestly surprised that
he did not answer the question.
He didn't. I'm honestly surprised that Ironheart is that she doesn't have the Wakandan accent.
I'm not. I mean, she's from Chicago, so it makes sense.
No, but it doesn't matter because there's been other stories where people, like I said, are from current day societies, privileged societies, whether it's European or states based, it doesn't matter, and they still have the Wakandan accent. Happens all the time, and so I'm just saying I'm surprised that she doesn't have it, but whatever. That's neither here
Well, the reason why things like this keep happening, you keep getting stories where you don't have like actual black characters, is because it's not made by actual black people. It's made by people who think they know how black people act. What's really infuriating, and it's really annoying, especially when you get things that come close to it, and then you realize that you have people working on it that are Canadian. And what the fuck do you know about being like American black and hip hop and Wu-Tang, you stupid bitch. So like you get people like that.
I hate to interrupt you, but I have to, because I agree with you. I would change the wording. It's not that they're not black, it's that they don't actually live a black experience. Nigga, just because you're black, don't mean you're living an actual black experience, be it an African experience or an African American experience. Nigga, you're in Canada. Y'all already weird up there and playing each other's butts. Y'all don't live an actual Canadian black experience, and then you come down here trying to consult on games that are trying to depict black people. I don't like that shit. How did the fucking niggas or the whiteys who made San Andreas get more authentic black experience in San Andreas than you niggas do? Because you're taking the black experience from niggas that don't live an actual black experience. There's no way you can tell me that Kim Belair lives a black experience and she wants to fuck Bowser. There's no fucking way. You'll never hear any black woman
allegedly
have any
No, ain't no allegedly. No, she said that
allegedly 24 hours allegedly. Shut the fuck
up. Allegedly on the podcast.
With a lot of like older films,
God damn, bro.
A lot of older films, bro, or like even with video games, they used to go hit up people in the hood, bro. In the OG Rebel Without a Cause, one of the dudes that plays one of the hoodlums that keeps fucking with James Dean, he was actually a gang member. They let a gang member play a character in the fucking movie to add the authenticity to it.
That's like, badass.
That's how it was back in the day.
Did that as well in The Wire as well. A bunch of the characters that came in later seasons. One of them, I think she was a drug dealer, and then they actually hired her onto the show. So it's like
really quick for a little bit of backstory. I don't know if Smash wants to lead into this now. So for those that are unaware of the studio's backstory, we're gonna play a video of their only other game, right, Smash?
Yep, their only other game, and I just checked. For some reason, I own it. I think it was one of the games that was like part of one of those humble bundles back in the day where they gave you like 100 games, and that's one of the games. One of them.
All right, yep. We'll check that out. Sheep, say what you got to say, and then we'll check that video out.
I was gonna say, as a counter argument, I don't think it's about having lived a certain experience or anything like that. I think it's that there was no actual research done. Primary example is with Hiromu Arakawa when she wrote Full Metal Alchemist. She's Japanese. She knows nothing about Europe like that. I mean, she knows nothing about the Middle East, but she still put on one of the best stories in history. It's the lack of research. It's not so much that people you don't have to necessarily live the experience. You just have to actually do your research. And that's what a lot of devs nowadays don't do. They just put out a game that they think will resonate. No, don't put out something they think will resonate. Put out something that does resonate.
Well, the problem is they're consulting with retards that don't live in these experiences, like Sweet Baby Inc.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
I had some steak in my mouth, so I ain't want.
You have what in your mouth, bro? You have meat in your mouth? Relax.
Oh, jeez.
I can explain.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I can really explain, okay? Got a nice...
Yeah, got a nice what?
He's still chewing the meat.
Hey, yo!
Oh,
hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, fucking yo.
That's terrible.
Come on.
But yes, you guys are right. This is why we make fun of a lot of the games that they make, because they claim to be making it from an authentic standpoint. They make these supposed, usually black, diverse characters, and they swear they're adding authenticity to whatever story that they're consulting on. But every single one of the characters, for the most part, ends up being highly insufferable and unrelatable. And it's because they can't even relate to the story they're writing.
Yep.
They're just thinking about what people might want to hear or might want to see. So they're like, oh, gee, yeah, we know what black people want to see. And then when they write it and they create it, it ends up doesn't even land with the majority of black people, let alone anybody else. Only the people that are looking for that validity and validation, only them are the ones who connect with it, and they're only connecting with it on a superficial level.
But
and
it's not
usually it's on just like a social media standpoint, not an actual standpoint that's gonna like make the person want to buy the game or play the game or whatever.
It's not just that either. It's also narcissism in that there's a lot of black experiences that have main character syndrome. Like, I'm sorry, I got to throw black women under the bus. There's a reason why people didn't like the main character for Forspoken, because a lot of black women are sassy like that, where their dialogue, their everyday dialogue is like, yeah, I'm the victim. Like, oh, remember, Chada, you remember that movie that came out it was either last summer or the summer before last. It was called The Blackening. And in the trailer, the black woman makes a comment and she goes, oh my God, the black woman got to save America again. Like, bitch, what? What the fuck did y'all, when did you save? Oh, y'all invented Wi-Fi, huh? Get the fuck out of here.
It's ironic you say that, because in the trailer for this game, the black girl running around, she's like, I can bench press you. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And the rest of us, nobody else can relate to this. Hearing a black woman with these sassy ass comments, it turns everybody else off. What you mean you can bench press me? You can bench press everything but to get the weight off you, huh?
Pretty much.
This game actually should scare a company like Sweet Baby Inc. or any kind of consultancy agency out there, because it is exactly what we always talk about with you can make whatever game you want and we can rag on it all we want, but you're trying to tell us this game is made by a diverse group of people, so you don't need a consultancy group to come into it. And look at us talking about what a shit show this game is. Consultancy doesn't fix that. So they should be scared shitless for their own careers, because this game is exposing that consultancy is just injecting stereotypes. That's all they do. It's nothing more than that.
Well, I want to just, I don't disagree, but the truth is consultancy has been around for a very long time, especially as a business, not just for gaming, but in general. You know, businesses need consultants all the time for a bunch of different things. The big difference between other businesses in the gaming industry is that 99% of the consultants in the gaming industry are just fucking bullshit. Like they don't actually consult on anything.
They're actual grifters.
Yeah, they're just there to try to pretend like they know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're salesmen. They're trying to sell the idea and make you buy it, and that's basically it. If there was actually,
my bad.
No, I was gonna say, if there was actually good consultants, like good consultants, then that would be different, right? There still is, but it's few and far between, and most people don't even know about them, because since they're good, nobody talks about them.
Well,
it's the bad ones that everybody talks about.
The gaming industry is different than the other companies out there, the other industries out there, because with gaming, it is almost, and this is the argument of gaming being an art form, consultancy fucks with the creator's vision, because it injects a different direction.
Not necessarily,
but I feel like that can be a problem with it. And I think that's where a lot of people take issue with it.
If the creator feels like they're lacking, though, go ahead, Trace.
But see, what I was about to say is consultancy used to mean we go into the actual source of where we need our information, as opposed to now, like you said, they're grifting. They've made it a business. So if I made San Andreas today, instead of going to Compton and talking directly to these game members to figure out what would this experience be like, instead we got to go to Sweet Baby Inc., who's going to give you their version of what Compton is, which in their mind includes a lot of misogyny and a lot of hatred of homophobia and all that stuff. That's what you would get. You would never get any gay jokes in San Andreas if it was made today, because instead of going to California to speak to these niggas, you got to go to Sweet Baby Inc.
Good point.
And the truth is too that, keep in mind, you know, they've been using consultants in gaming for decades. Some of the best stories have been consulted on over time. The difference is that it wasn't by an organization that was trying to sell the idea like it is now. usually what they would do is, okay, if they wanted, I don't know, a little more knowledge on, let's say, Europe or something, they're going to go to certain people who may be knowledgeable in that field, but they're not going to go to a company that is promising that they're knowledgeable
of European studies.
That's
right.
basically what Trace was just saying. That's
yeah. I'm just kind of whatever the word is, because it's reiterating because that's how it was for a lot of, especially Japanese games, when if they were doing games based on other cultures or even other mythologies, they will hire a couple of people to consult for them, but they weren't hiring a company promising consultation.
Japan act like they went to Mr. T for every black male character that they ever made. Like,
because Japan loves their stereotypes. Because if you read manga and watch anime, it's filled with stereotypes everywhere, and not just for black people. They got stereotypes for their own people everywhere. Right, so they love stereotypes.
Bro, every time they
actually find it funny.
Drinks to get drunk, and he's got the red lines under his fucking eyes and shit like that. It's because Asians get that. It's
called the Asian glow.
They love their stereotypes. So, and they think it's funny. So it's a difference. It's a difference in culture. So yeah, if every black person seems like Mr. T, well,
Well then, hush, fool.
I pity the fool.
And stop rapping, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. So let's watch this video. This is their other game that they made. It's only a minute long, so thankfully nowhere near as long as the other one. And we can see what led up to this game about stealing. I don't know. Let's go. Honestly, this game looks a lot more creative.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
It does.
Does it?
Like how? Yeah, it does. Like how did I feel like the other one's a downgrade? How did we get to this?
I was about to say the exact same thing.
It reminds me of Super Meat
Boy. I was thinking that while I was watching this. That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Like shit, I might want to play this.
Yeah, no lie. I would play this. This little puzzle platformer. I would play this. It's kind of funny because it makes you wonder, like, how did you go from something that's creative like this?
They did it. They expanded their team. They didn't need to do that. But smaller team makes more intimate and more effort games.
Yeah, you could clearly see that this is I guess
this is passion. You can tell the passion.
This game took all the creativity. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, this looks actually pretty cool. Like, how did you go from this to Director X Robin Hood? I don't understand.
They must have watched Robin Hood.
I don't know what these niggas talking about. I shriveled up. I'm sorry when I said this.
Well, to play something like this, you actually have to, be into creativity and video games and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that's what kind of that's what the interesting part of this game is, that there's no necessity for a topical theme like African culture and stuff like that, and like bringing back what was stolen in air quotes. It's just a game,
right?
And it doesn't match itself as anything else.
It's trying to be a fun game. Yeah,
right.
Yep.
Now
as opposed to a message.
Yeah, it's clear the difference in direction. So I guess we'll see. But this game, just FYI, this game didn't do well either. This game, what was it, like a double-digit game?
63 max concurrent.
What is the estimated sales for that game?
To be fair, I bet this game sold much better on Switch. This does not look like something I'd play on fucking Steam. This is a game I would download to my Switch to play on an airplane.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think so. No,
I'm not saying this.
I don't see how people would choose this game over like something else that costs $80 or $70 on Switch.
Play Tracker. Which one do you use? They have 4 different ones.
Just give me the lowest and the highest.
Lowest 8,500, highest 165,000.
It's definitely not 165. So Okay, so here's an interesting question, and I always ask this question, and I'm sure you guys know the answer. How the fuck did an indie developer that made this game that probably sold, what do you think, 20,000 copies across all platforms, maybe 20 to 25,000? How the fuck did they get the funding?
Released at $10.
Right, $10. So how did they get the funding?
That was literally the main premise of. That's the main premise of my video. I'm like, who the fuck is paying these people? Where's the money coming from? Because
and keep in mind, this new game, 3D graphics, unlike this game, way more development time for sure overall,
and way more developers. 30 plus people.
Voice acting, so they got to pay voice actors now. Like, where the fuck did they get this money to make this?
Like, it must have cost them millions, like literally millions of dollars to make this game. Millions, as opposed to Semblance.
I mean, millions is over 1 million, so yeah, I guess, but I don't think it's that much money, bro. I would say under 2 million.
I would say you're probably very close to what it cost.
Are we talking about the game coming up now?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, like under 2 million, I would think.
I would put it right around 2 million.
I'll say
Dustborn got a funding of $1 million. 1.2 million. I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, off topic. I heard there was a big update to Dustborn yesterday. People were talking about.
Is it the BLM?
When he says people, he's talking about Grums and Demion, because ain't nobody talking about the damn game.
No. Someone in my chat yesterday was like, "Did you see?" And I looked it up real quick. I was like, "Oh crap, there really was an update to Dustborn yesterday." So
ain't nobody playing that shit,
right?
Yeah. So I just find it interesting how this game led to somehow being able to fund the development of the next game. So clearly,
there's
something
money
is very
coming
off
from
here
somewhere. Yep.
Yeah. And
well,
which would probably
money coming from somewhere. You've got, again, this game, if we're believing what they say, all African devs, things to that fed, this is absolutely one of those USAID or World Economic Forum or United Nations
WEF.
sort of.
I was gonna say WEF. Yep.
Yeah. We've seen on multiple occasions now state, government, and globalist funded video games. I mean, I'm sorry to sound like fucking Alex Jones, but this is verifiable facts. We've seen it, and now you've got something with a message like, "Hey, let's do a reverse Indiana Jones. Instead of it belongs in a museum, let's steal it from the museum to give back to the poor downtrodden blacks." I'm sorry, that's got World Economic Forum funding or BlackRock funding or whatever written all over it.
Yep.
I'm just saying it would explain the tonal change, because you could clearly see the tonal change between the first game and the second. But all right, final thoughts, man, and then we're gonna catch up on Super Chats and talk Game Fest. Any last thoughts? Fuck 'em.
None here.
My heart goes out to the dev.